very good morning to you out there, and welcome to TSLNigeria TV, a regular program that comes to you every Mondays and Wednesdays, politics and power. Elections are coming, and we are in the heat of the debates about who will be the next president of Nigeria and who will be governors in many of the states where elections will hold, and who will be senators and all of that. But today we are going to talk about Edo, a senatorial zone in Edo State that is has the highest number of voters, that has the highest population in Edo State. That is the Edo South. And as the race is heating up for who will be the next senator representing Edo South, we are going to look at the issues, what the Edo South people are facing, what are the challenges, what will be the input of whoever who sits in the hallowed chambers to represent the people of Edo South from 2023 to 2027. To discuss these issues and other issues with me is a former Chief Press Secretary to Ibuaka local government, a very erudite politician, and someone who has a foothold in the Atiku campaign in Edo State. Honorable Esosawere.
Thank you so much, my brother.
It's good to have you.
My dear brother Faris.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So good.
You too.
So let's kickstart the conversation today from Edo South Senatorial Zone, where you are from. That's your own senatorial zone where you're from. And we know the issues, particularly the issue of federal roads. You know, the most important road today now, the road that cuts within the Edo South, Edo Central, Edo North, which is the Bini-Auchi Road. Work has stopped on that road. People are languishing. Even the governor is complaining seriously that the federal government have not done much. The 3 senators from Edo State tried to put pressure in the House recently. We saw it about 2 months ago, but still nothing has changed.
I think.
So who are you thinking would be able to push the issues that people of Edo South are facing today in the
I think. Thank you so much, my brother. I think we must look at it from the angle of. It's unfortunate that a road as critical as Bini-Auchi Abuja Road is still in the state, and even with the efforts of our political elites, I mean the 3 senators per se, and particularly the governor's intervention, trying to get the attention of the federal government to fix those roads. That road is still in the states that it currently is. And you can imagine the level of economic decay that road would have cost for people who daily ply that road for either business or other things to keep their lives going. I think a few weeks ago, the governor even raised alarm. This is one of the hundreds of efforts that he has made to draw the APC-led federal government attention to ensure that that road is fixed. He wrote, and then he also did a video, which I believe went viral, that even the president or the handlers of this government would have seen it, but yet nothing has still been done. Look at Saple Road, we're still suffering. So a whole lot of federal roads like that. One would have thought that with the economic impact that this road has on the Edo economy and by extension the Nigerian economy, the federal government would not waste any time to ensure that these roads are in good state so that human and vehicular activities can be smooth on these roads. But the APC has failed, the party has failed, the government has failed, and even in Edo, it has even been worse, so that the party no longer has its foothold in Edo because of these minor things that simply would have been done to ensure that Edo people and other residents who live in Edo are happy. But this is the state that we are.
Okay, but you mentioned that the APC has failed. But looking at the PDP, a lot of people can also point fingers at the PDP, which is your party, that they've had power for so many years before the APC came in. And many of these things that the PDP is now accusing the APC of not doing were things that the PDP didn't even do.
No, I think the PDP, the years that the PDP reigned or ruled were more vibrant than the years that the APC has had sway. As it concerns that road, you recall that we once had a minister from your senatorial district, late Chief Tony Aneni, who did extensively to ensure that that road was motorable. And after him, we had another Minister of Works, Michael Nolememe, from your senatorial district, who also did significant level of work on that road. It is since the APC came on board that we have had a stop of work on that road, even though they started some skeletal works on that road, maybe to impress Nigerians or to impress Edo people. But as we speak now, you just said that there's no work going on that road. And economic activities are going on. People would have to travel. Not everybody can afford a flight. People would have to travel on land. People would have to do their businesses on land. So everyone is affected because the party has shown a high level of insensitivity, especially as it concerns bringing a sustainable development to our state through the building and construction of these roads, which are very critical for business and life.
Okay, so let's come back to the race for who will be the next senator representing Edo South. Let's look at it from the two people so far. The APC, it has been established, well established, that the next person, the person who's going to fly the flag of the APC is Honorable Aswan, and the PDP, from all indications, is now going to be Honorable Matthew.
I think
looking at these two people.
Yeah.
Looking at these people, who do you think? I know you're biased as a party man, but realistically, looking at also the issues within the PDP right now, because you can't have a party that is deeply divided, a party that is having so many internal wranglings, and you go into an election and you don't expect to have some shock of the result. Do you think that the PDP right now stand a chance to win?
Absolutely. I think I don't. You are a political person. I don't think there is any political party that you can find pockets of issues. Even the Labour Party that is just coming up, they're already having issues. We just heard that the national youth leader was suspended or expelled for financial misappropriation. That is just a party that is coming up. The APC also has its own issues. The issues in the PDP are internal issues that we are resolving. While we are resolving these issues, campaigns are ongoing. And talking about who to represent us in the Senate 2023 upward, I think we were not too happy when we saw that the APC gave their tickets to our brother and friend Valentine Aswen, because we thought it was going to be a deep contest. But with Valentine Aswen in the race, wanting to contest against our brother and son and our leader, Matthew Idoikeme, I think it's just going to be a walkover for the PDP and Matthew Idoikeme. Because looking at experience, Matthew Idoikeme understands the business of legislation more than anybody. A man who could grapple the ticket from a serving senator, you can imagine what he has to deliver as soon as he comes into office 2023 and beyond. He was in the House from 1999 to 2007. He was not just a member in the House, he was a majority leader in the Edo State House of Assembly, during which he also became a commissioner in the NDDC. He did his best during this time. So when you talk of political legislation, when you talk of policy development, policy implementation, human capital development, intellectual resourcefulness and all that, I think Matthew has it all more than Valentine Aswen. Valentine Aswen does not really have that political sagacity to be able to match a no less person than Matthew Agbowenzo Idoikeme. Valentine Aswen has just been, I think he has just been a youth leader in the APC. When we were all in the APC, Valentine Aswen was our youth leader. And I heard some few days ago that he also did 2 or 3 months as councillor in his local government. But these are not enough to make him scale through in the race for 2023. The race for 2023 is a serious business. I am looking at every person that is running for 2023 as coming for the first time, because 2023 I see it as a watershed for our country. So whoever will not be able to perform in 2023 will just need to be recalled back, and let's have a more competent person who can forge ideas and cause. And I think Matthew Idoekeme, you know him very well. He stands the chance. He's properly positioned. He's well placed. There's hardly a home in Benin City or in Edo State where Matthew is not known. Valentine Aswan is not really known. He's just coming up. One would have thought that he would go for a local government chairman. But the way it is, I think it's just going to be a walkover for us.
Okay, but
and that's why you can see the race. It's as if nothing is happening, because the APC, the party itself has failed Nigerians, including Edo people, and the various persons that the party is fielding for the various positions, they're just there.
Yes, you keep comparing on the APC being a failure as a party. But I would like to remind you also that the PDP ruled this country between 1999 and 2015. And in that period, there were so many accusations of corruption, of mismanagement, particularly during the Obasanjo era, where we had $16 billion was unaccounted for, that was pumped into the energy sector. So the APC can also tell you that, you know, the PDP also hasn't done better. That all the accusations about the PDP not being, the accusation about the APC not treating Nigerians well, that they can also point fingers at the PDP also doing the same. So what do you have to say about that?
I think the time the PDP had sway, I am looking at it particularly between 1999 and 2007, when we had a free market system as facilitated by the Obasanjo-Atiku-led administration. You can also recall that during this time, Obasanjo tried to reconnect Nigeria with the rest of the world. So he was always traveling from country to country. Atiku had sway almost of all the time. The debt pardon that we had, in France, it was Atiku who facilitated and discussed that debt pardon. The very resourceful and creative government personnel who had sway in Obasanjo's time, people like Iwela, people like Charles Soludo, who is now a governor in Anambra, people like Nuhu Ribadu, who was an anti-corruption Caesar, people like El-Rufai, who is now a governor in Kaduna State, people like Obi Ezekwesili, and a whole lot of people. It was Atiku who shopped for these persons and brought them to government. And you can recall that the government then, between the PDP-led government then, between 1999 and 2007, and the APC-led government between 2015 and now cannot be compared. A lot of people want us to go back to the PDP of 1999, 2007. You can ask, you can sample opinions. Yes, but Atiku, a lot of people want us to go back.
Let me also remind you that Atiku Abubakar, he was the head of the team that, you know, disposed of the government assets at that time.
Well, those assets functional at that time. Those assets were incapacitated.
The thing is that they couldn't account for the way people accuse them of selling those things to themselves. People also tell you that
who? People keep accusing
you that Atiku's works, his road to works, it's not established. He said he was. We all know that.
How do you establish road to wealth?
Because
if a man has businesses,
yes,
scattered across, a man can be into textile, it can be into oil and gas.
But with a civil servant,
you being a civil servant, does that stop you from developing capacity? It doesn't stop you from developing. I am a civil servant.
As a civil servant, what makes it different? As a civil servant in the custom, he was using the custom resources to do his personal.
What custom resources was he using?
That's the accusations.
What resources was he using?
His office.
If you had the opportunity as a civil servant, you had the opportunity, you had a business opportunity, you go for it.
These accusations are fine.
No. So my brother, if anybody does not know Obasanjo for his kind of person, it shouldn't be you. Is it not the same Obasanjo who wanted to be a life president? By the time he was rounding up his second term, he was already lobbying for a third term. And if Obasanjo could do a third term, maybe he still would have been our president today. But it was Atiku who intervened. with other with other stakeholders, they were able to thwart that third-term agenda. So you don't expect Obasanjo to be very happy with Atiku, because he thwarted the third-term agenda. And if Obasanjo had succeeded in being a third-term president, maybe he still would have been our president today. Maybe he would have eventually been a live president. We have African presidents who have been in office since 80s, since 70s. You recall the Arab Spring that started in Senegal, then moved over to Ivory Coast, then went to Egypt and all of that. These were sit-tight presidents who never wanted to leave office. They wanted to die there. Maybe that's what Obasanjo was aiming at. But Atiku thought, this is democracy. We must be able to expand the level of participation. We must be able to achieve popular participation. You can't be there for life. Even though you are the most resourceful Nigerian, there are persons that we think can do better than you've done. So Atiku thwarted that idea. So nobody should expect Obasanjo to be happy with Atiku. But amongst the three frontline presidential candidates, Atiku, Tinubu, and Peter Obi, I think Atiku has been able to establish his vision and mission. He has been able to establish his ideas to Nigerians. Tinubu just released what they want to do for Nigerians. The other party has not been able to do that. Rather, they are junketing from one place to another, telling Nigerians what they can do. But Atiku has been there. You saw the rally on Saturday in Benin. It was a mammoth crowd. The Atiku is going to be, I think, is going to be in Taraba. This was the first person to, the party was the first to conduct its primaries peacefully. The party was the first to release its campaign, presidential campaign council or committee. The party was the first to release its manifesto. The party was the first to flag off campaigns. So this is serious. And to have a person of Atiku Abubakar in the front line, it shows that the PDP is ready. If wrongs that the PDP had made in the past, which you cannot avoid, the party is now ready to right those wrongs and move Nigeria to her destination. And those start with Matthew Idowu came in the front line.
Let me quickly take you on this, because before you came here today, I reached out to some people. I said, okay, I'm expecting Honorable Sosa today, and I needed people to bring in some input in terms of questions and things that they would like me to ask you.
Okay.
And I got someone who said, he brought a question about Atiku in terms of where he's coming from. Atiku started contesting elections since 1992. Many young Nigerians of voting age, they weren't even born at that time where he started to contest for elections. And he has participated in every election since that time till this one. Why this one is very much important to Nigerians is because we have a president of northern extraction who is just about to leave office. Do you realistically think that it is fair to the people of the south, to the people of the southern part of Nigeria, to have a northern president give power, pass power to another northern president, considering the ethnic balance and religious balance in this country? Do you think it's fair?
Abraham Lincoln contested 12 times before he eventually became president. That is America.
Yeah.
One of the most civilized climes we have then and now. Atiku contesting for presidency from God knows when. He has the rights. He's a Nigerian. He pays his tax. He has his party cards. He understands the political game. So if he wants to contest, I think we should, those that believes in his ideas, he's only a man who has ideas. He's only a man who believes in his capacity and ideas that wants to continue to participate in a particular race, especially the presidency, which is a very critical office in Nigeria, one of the most critical offices in Nigeria. So I think Atiku has that idea. Then talking about north to south, the north-south dichotomy, I think, has become a negative thing in our politics, and we must find a way to de-emphasize on north-south dichotomy. It is north, it is south. If you look at it from the party angle, the South has even enjoyed more in terms of rulership than the North. Obasanjo was there for 8 years. After Obasanjo, Yar'Adua came, of blessed memory. I think he only did 2 years before God called him. Jonathan came, finished Yar'Adua's tenure, then did his own tenure of 6 years, of 4 years, plus Yar'Adua's 2 years. That is 6 years, plus Obasanjo's 8 years. That is our number of time, my brother.
Mr. Sosa, are you saying that
This
started in 1999? We've had people since 1999.
This started in 1999.
We can't judge those who
when we are discussing, my brother, when we are discussing the current democracy,
yes,
we are looking at it from 1999 to date.
We cannot erase history.
We are not doing that. But what we are looking at is looking at the current democracy from 1999 to date.
Yes.
There are other persons from the South who were military administrators before 1999. But that is not what we are talking about. We are looking at 1999 to date. If Buhari, who has been in office from 2015, is from the North, Atiku is also running. When the PDP was going to zone its tickets to the South, Atiku made a statement. He made a pledge that if the ticket is microzone to the Southeast, he's not going to contest. He will back off.
But we've not seen that statement.
No, that statement. The ticket was not microzoned to the Southeast. It was declared open. It was even Wike that challenged Atiku. That no, let us throw it open. The ticket was thrown open because the microzone to the Southeast, which is one of the geopolitical zones in the South, perhaps the Obi today who enjoys of online followership may have gotten the tickets, and maybe that is what Atiku was looking at. So when some challenges came from other stakeholders, they had to throw the tickets open. Atiku contested. He bought his form. He did all he needed to do. He submitted his credentials. He was declared and qualified to run. They went to the field and he won the tickets. So you can't blame such a man. He did not buy anybody.
No, if you say
you can't blame.
He said he did not buy anybody.
He did not buy the tickets. He did not buy anybody.
Yeah, I understand that, Mr. Sosa, but if you say
no, I think we should.
That's just.
I think we should begin. I think we should begin to look beyond.
Just a minute, sir. You're a member of the PDP. You know what happened in the PDP primaries. You know what happened in the APC primaries. Let's not even go there. The level of dollarization that happened. When you say statement like he didn't buy anybody, I mean, I find this.
What I meant by he didn't buy anybody is that he didn't have to pay to get the PDP ticket. He didn't have to pay. He didn't. I don't know. I'm not aware. Maybe you are aware. He didn't have to pay. He didn't have to pay for the ticket not to be macrozoned to the Southeast. Okay, because if the ticket was macrozoned to the Southeast, maybe Atiku would not have participated. Maybe the Wike would even not have participated. You understand what I'm talking about? Maybe anybody from the Southeast, from the Southeast, a geopolitical zone, would have gotten the ticket and today be in the feed. But when objections came that the ticket should be thrown open, anybody, even you could have run. You're a member of the PDP. You're a member of the PDP. You could have run for that election if you were ready. So I think we should begin to look beyond North, whatever. Whoever is competent enough, whoever believes in his capacity, whoever believes in his competence, whoever believes in his ideas, whoever believes in his vision, and has the moral credentials to run for election, should go to the field and run. Okay, it's not an exclusive preserve of a set of persons.
Those who are against the article candidacy, of course you know that the whole of people in the PDP right now.
They are not against Atiku's candidacy.
No, a lot of them are.
People are always saying. I think they are. Okay.
Yes, and what some of them are saying is this, that that those who propagated or campaigned for Atiku to win the PDP primaries were banking on the fact that Atiku was going to get majority of the votes from the North, but that they didn't look at the history of his emergence before, like when he contested in 2007, he had less than 1 million votes from the North. When he contested, the other time he contested, he didn't even get up to that number from the North. So why do you think that this time around the North is going to support him this time around? Because they have never supported him before.
I think the core of the votes that would signal Atiku's victory in 2023 is going to emanate from the North.
Okay, so why?
The North wants to support their own.
He seemed like
the North is going to vote angrily against the APC because they believed so much in Buhari before he got into office. Now go to the North. Bandits and Boko Haram have ravaged the entire community. Economic activities has gone down. There has been a disconnect between the North and the presidency. So I think the North are going to vote angrily against the APC and for Atiku because the North has so ready to support their own.
Do you see any situation, any situation, do you foresee any situation where the North might even vote against a fellow Northerner? Because you're just saying that the North will vote against the APC. Do you foresee the North also thinking that we've had a Northerner here before and he didn't really do much, so let's try somebody else from the South? Who
are they going to try from the South?
Just from the South.
Like who?
There's Bola Ahmed Tinubu there. There is Obi.
Are you not aware of the level of defections from APC to PDP in the North? You should be aware. You're in the news for us. You should be aware of the significant level. There's daily defection of party members, of supporters from the APC to the PDP, particularly in the North. And these are going to play a significant role in Atiku's victory in 2023.
Because of time.
What we must tell the South, what we must tell ourselves in the South,
yes.
The South must find a way to sit down and redefine Southern politics. The North has come out to declare open support for Atiku. Yes. There are not two ways about it. They are going to vote angrily against the APC, and they are going to. It's going to be a block vote for Atiku in the South.
Can you say that in the South?
In the South. See, my brother.
Let me break it.
This is just.
Break it down.
Okay.
In the Southeast today, there is crisis in all of the PDP states in the Southeast. Imo, Ebonyi.
Imo is APC.
No, I mean all the states of the.
You are looking at Enugu.
Yes.
You mean PDP states?
No, not just the PDP state. All the states of the Southeast where you have the PDP presence, there are crises everywhere. In Imo, the PDP, they are fighting there. In Ebonyi, the same thing, they are fighting there. I think apart from Abia State and Enugu State, every other state in the South, the PDP is disjointed. Now go to River State. You see what the River State governor is doing. You all see the issues there. Come to Delta. You see the crisis that is going on between Ibori and.
Do you find?
Come to Edo. You see the crisis that is going on within the PDP. Go to Lagos. It's the same thing. It's everywhere in the South. Do you think that the PDP right now, because of time, just as a straight question, do you think that the PDP right now can give
in the South?
Yes, from the South, which is the Southeast, the Southwest, and the South. That the PDP can bring the kind of vote that will support whatever Atiku is going to get from the North to make him emerge.
The South is just going to give the North a push. And it is that push that would eventually get Atiku into the presidency. But a vast majority of the votes that will signal Atiku's victory will be coming from the North.
What part of the North?
The core North. The core North. You know the North, there are 19 states of the North. There are 19 states in the North.
The Benue and the Plateaus and the Tarabas.
No, for
angry because
Nigeria.
And they're not lucky to
Nigeria. Yesterday I told somebody Nigeria is North. I don't know why you Benue this and that. The North are ready to support their own. Once president next year, the South must now to redefine and reanalyze politics so that each now is it now that you are calling for Southern significant participation in the polity? Nobody has said the South is not participating. You can't be asking a national chairman to resign a few months to election. There are proceedings. This is an elected national chairman, and the call is coming from the South. It's not coming from the North. Whereas that's going to deliver Atiku. We in the South will give Atiku the necessary push. In Edo, Edo is already in the bag for Atiku. Are you talking of Akwa Ibom? Akwa Ibom is already in the bag for Atiku. Rivers, we'll find a way around Rivers. Abia is already in the bag for Atiku. This don't want Atiku. They're only calling for the resignation of the national chairman because the national chairman is from the South. But you can't be calling for the resignation of the national chairman now. It is not politically wise.
Mr. Sisa, unfortunately, that's all we can take.
We may have to find another day.
Yes, exactly, because there are so many things I still want to put to you, but unfortunately, we only have 30 minutes for today.
Thank you so much.
That's what we'll be ending today. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much, my brother.
It's a pleasure to speak to you.
Thank you so much.
Eloquent, and I always like to speak to you.
Thank you.
So I'll be looking forward to bringing you here.
No problem. I'm always here.
Definitely, I won't be the one on the hostage. I will get somebody that will also be responding to some of the allegations that you made, particularly the one for Honorable Aswen.
No, Aswen is our brother.
My fellow viewers and everybody, that's where we're going to stop it for today. It's been a very entertaining topic. We'll be back here again on Wednesday to continue with our weekly political issues. Like we always say, we are open to sponsorship and participation. If you want to advertise with us, just click on the link on your screen, TSL TV, get the phone numbers, put in a call, and somebody will respond to you. Until we come back here on Wednesday, stay safe and bye-bye.